Natasha and thank you so much for joining me today. Well, today I want to show you how to use a couple of the Busy papers. Now this is a stunning, gorgeous paper pack. This is the Antique Shop by Mintay, and it has some beautiful, beautiful backgrounds. Some softer, it also has wood grains, it has elements that you can fussy cut out. It has some really kind of busier pages, I would say. Those floral pages can be quite bold. But I also wanted a way to showcase this gorgeous little birdie stamp set. Actually, it comes with a die, so a little stamp and die set, pretty cute. But anyhow, I'm flicking through these papers, which I absolutely love. And when I purchase a paper pad, I'm trying to think of all the ways I can use it, but I also need to come back and revisit it time and time again if I find myself not using it, because there is always a way, and there's always things we can do with it. Sometimes it just takes, having a flick through and finding a cute little idea. Now this is this little stamp set here, so it comes with a sentiment, a stamp, a bigger stamp, and then a die, which coordinating with the birds. So it cuts out those gorgeous little birdies on a branch, and I want to show you a couple of ideas for those today too. I also recently purchased a magnetic mat for my Big Shot machine, and I want to give you a bit of a review since I've been using it for a while now. Now I pulled out a couple of papers from this set that there's definitely one busier and one quieter, I would say. But actually the gorgeous side here, that is the bold floral print, the other side of this is actually really, really nice too. So I was thinking that maybe I will just use the one sheet and we'll just do a little 2-for-1 situation, but we'll see how we go. Now I'm going to take out one of this little scalloped frames here, and this is actually going to be the inside. Now I love this set. I know you're seeing it all the time, but it is good value if we can use it over and over again. And a set like this that has decorative rectangles is something that I just literally use in every card. I need it for every card, and I love the detail that it adds. So I shall cut down this frame to be about 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and then I'll pop the other wee frame in here. I did consider doing this on a bit of an angle and getting it a little bit, something different, but actually I think I'm going to go with straight. I think just straight is going to work for this one. There's going to be plenty going on as is, and I think the angle might have thrown it, but I do think that would be cool if you made two sort of Polaroid frames out of this. One out of that maroon that I just shifted to the left, and then one out of the busy floral bold. And I could have gone in a whole different direction. If you could pop a focal point in each one of those little Polaroids, that would look gorgeous too. But anyhow, we're sticking with what we've got and creating a frame. Now, this is my Big Shot machine, and I just have the mats from scrapbook.com, the magic mats in here. That's what I use as my cutting plate, and I absolutely love them. I will say that I have used these to death. This is maybe, it doesn't look in very good shape, but I do use my machine a lot. And this has lasted really well. This is the first one that I have purchased and the only one that I've purchased. So it has held up very, very well because I use my machine a lot, as I said. But I saw that they had released the magnetic mat, and I wanted to, I was curious about how that would go for this machine. So I also have the old plates from my Cuttlebug, which I can use in this Big Shot. So that becomes my the top plate to my cutting mat, and they go through really nicely. That works perfectly fine. Anywho, so once I was due, because I was thinking about replacing this one anyway, the sides are very mushed because I'm not always perfectly careful about how I put it through my machine, and so I purchased the magnetic mat too. Now, a couple of things about this: it's double-sided. One side is the original magic mat, and the other side is magnetic. And the magnetic can be used facing up or down, and it should be flipped and rotated to extend its use. That's what the instructions said, so I need to bear that in mind. But of course, this is just going to replace my previous magic mat, and I was skeptical about how magnetic it would be, given that it's thick and one side is not magnetic, and yeah, I just wasn't sure. Anywho, so the answer is I've been using this for a couple of months, and it actually is, it's really interesting. I can move this around, and in fact I'll turn it upside down for you in a minute. It holds on to the dies really, really well, and I was kind of surprised by that. But so it holds on really, really well. But you can also shift it around with your finger. Like if I put it in here, you can just shift it around really easily for placement. So I would recommend this. I do think it is a good product, and because it is a scrapbook.com product, then they often come on a really, really good sale. Now, I'm not paid to say this. I don't get sent them. I have to purchase them just like everybody else. I'm not in contact with them about them. And so I am just recommending a product that has been helpful to me in my craft space. And I only purchased one because my old mat was eventually going to give up the ghost soon. And so once I saw that one, I would have happily replaced it with just a regular magic mat. But yeah, I saw that one and had always been curious about the magnetic versions. So I have given that a go. Now, we are going to stamp out this gorgeous little birdies. While I'm at it, I may as well stamp a few, because this stamp set is one that I can just cut, stamp, emboss, cut, and then pop them back in the packaging, so that next time I literally don't have to go through this process again. So while I've got everything out, I'm just stamping them into VersaFine Onyx Black ink. I am stamping them down onto some Tim Holtz watercolor paper. I could have used regular, but I figure if I'm going to put some in the back, then more often than not, I'm going to use some sort of water or, inks to color these in. So I thought better be safe than sorry. But I'm going to use alcohol markers today, so, that works just as well. I do add some clear embossing powder, and then I heat set these, and that means that no matter what techniques I use in the future, these are going to be, stay in place beautifully. Now, I use the TriBlend markers for my alcohol markers. I know I've said this before, but in case you are new to my channel, these are my go-tos. I am definitely no alcohol marker artist. I wouldn't say I'm that good at it, but I do enough to get by, and these pens make my life a lot easier. There are 3 pens in one. There is a light, a medium, and a dark shade of each, and I have used these for years, and I absolutely swear by them. None of my pens have run out, and I would say I give them medium amount of use. I use them often, and I have favorites, and they definitely haven't run out yet. So I'm quite impressed, given that there's 3 barrels of ink within those pens. Then I'm going to take the coordinating die, and I can just whip this through. I decided to do sort of, I don't know what kind of birds they were, but little blue birds, pretty cute. Then just a brown branch and some green leaves. Not too much to color in. It didn't take me any time at all. I will run this through with the coordinating die, and then I'll actually do all of them, because I may as well, given that, I'm in the process. But I also wanted to show you how I colored in one of these, which I was absolutely dying to do. It just screams to me that there are 6 little birds here, and of course that is going to make the rainbow. So I am going to quickly color one of those in. Now this is so easy. Again, I had my alcohol markers out, and I couldn't resist. Now, whilst we're here, I did just want to mention that over on my website, natashafootecreative.com, I am doing a little promotion for the month of November in 2024, that if you sign up to become a monthly or annual member, I'm going to draw a $25 scrapbook.com gift card every single week of November, and you will go in the draw to win that. Now, of course, that means you have a pretty good chance of winning it, so if you would like to head on over there I have a whole lot of card making classes. I have the A to Z alphabet that I've done a year-long series of videos with crafting techniques and things. There are PDFs, there are downloads, there are instructions on how to make various crafting bits and pieces that I have for storage in my craft room. There is so much over there. So if you'd like to head over there, or like to go on the draw for the month of November, then head on over. I will leave a link in the description box below as well, in case you are interested. Now here, I actually, as I said, I had picked out a second piece of paper to use as the background, but I changed my plan and just reversed the bit that I cut out from the center of this frame, and actually on the other side of it is this beautiful pale sort of duck egg color with a little bit of very light script. So actually I might as well use that. It's already exactly where I need it to be. I have rounded the corners of the frame, and then I've stamped the sentiment down the bottom here. I just hold the frame in place with some mint tape while I get the bottom panel in place with glue. Then I can take off my frame, add some dimension to it. I'll do this by using some foam tape for this one, and then that will pop up the little frame, and the birdies are going to sit along the center of this one. Of course, there's lots of ways that you could use these gorgeous little birds, even just this. I can imagine with another plain white frame here, that would look really cute, but I do like the busy frame. It does use up those gorgeous bold papers. I have this on a fog colored cardstock, so just like a light grey colour, I would say. I forgot to take off the backing of the top of the foam there, but we can come back and do that, no problem at all. And then that is our finished card for today. I hope you have enjoyed this gorgeous, easy, simple card using up those bold backgrounds there, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Supplies are listed down below, and don't forget to head over to my website to go on the draw to win a voucher. See you next time.